My topic is about Kennedy and the Cold War. Was the first family that fascinated the public. Kennedy could read 1,600 words in a minute. The American people could not get enough of Kennedy's family. There were newspapers and magazines about the president's daughter, Caroline, and son, John. Kennedy focused on the Cold War, and he didn't think the Eisenhower administration didn't do enough about the Soviets. The Soviets were gaining loyalty from third world countries. Kennedy wanted to redefine the nation's nuclear strategy, but did not want to risk the use of nuclear power against the Soviets. Kennedy wanted to boost conventional military forces to avoid nuclear war. He created an elite branch that was called the Special Forces. Fidel Castro was a communist leader, and he welcomed aid from the Soviet Union. The United States were suspicious about Fidel Castro's intentions. 10% of Cuban population were kicked out of the country and went to America. After the exile, they started a counter-revolutionary against Cuba to assassinate Fidel Castro. The Cuban exiles were trained to invade Cuba. The CIA hoped that the invasion would start an uprising so they could overthrow Castro. The invasion was a total failure, and some exiles were caught and others were killed. When the exiles got there, 25,000 Cuban troops backed up with Soviet tanks, and Soviet Air Force faced them. Kennedy had to negotiate with Fidel Castro to release the survivors. Fidel Castro had a powerful ally in Moscow that gave him tanks, air support, and supplies. They sent over missiles to Cuba just 90 miles away from the U.S. Since the Berlin airlift, 20% of East Germany went to West Berlin because of the communism. Khrushchev decided to build the Berlin Wall, separating East Germany from West Germany. Kennedy was looking for ways to ease tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union. In 1963, both nations established a hotline so they can communicate with each other.